Okay, what?
I breathed into it again.
Why?
I think we can do one quick compilation of me just like breathing into the mic.
And whom will that be beneficial for? The perverts?
I mean, no, actually, I think there is a big market out there
Of perverts?
of heavy breathing. Okay, no.
For the
We will do
perverts?
another cold open. This one is a little out there.
Okay.
Um, let me look at my notes once.
You were breathing in, no? Now you breathe out on the mic.
No, I was actually thinking about just how judgmental we are as people.
Really judgmental.
Because when we were in the cafe, some lady came in, actually a girl came in, and
A
very
young woman.
young woman.
And as
Um,
women, we thought we'd be supportive of all women.
but we are not totally, because
Mhm.
instantly we had anti thoughts of, Array,
What is she
these young
doing?
people, what is she doing?
Yeah.
Why are they making videos like that? And I
As
started,
people who are sitting in a cafe and recording a video, by the way, since the past 6 hours,
yeah,
we have been sitting
yeah,
in this place. We have racked up a bill, which is not very large
yeah. This
actually, but
place is
we've
actually
eaten a
pretty
bunch
good.
of stuff.
We link the
Yes.
place in that bio because it's very good.
It has a cute diner vibe.
And then one of their things was over salty, and then we sent it back, and they gave it to us with new things, and it was really good. So I really
By
love
the
when
way,
things do
I
that.
empowered her to send it
You
back.
did.
Who thought that would ever happen?
Yeah. And to that point, I want to say one thing I was realizing when we were talking was, um, I think being around you is
Mhm.
helping me do some of these uncomfortable things.
I
But
bring
in
out
a,
the discomfort in
are you
people.
proud of that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to be the discomfort everywhere you go?
As long as it's not like a discomfort, but I'm like a pervert discomfort. I'm fine with it. As long as there's no
Are
like
you the
creepy.
market who's listening to my breathing into
Yes,
the
yes.
mic?
Why do you think I got you on board for this podcast? I was like, she's got a good breathing voice. That girl, what that mouth do? Breathe out
What
on a
those
mic.
lungs do?
What those lungs do? Breathe out on a mic really well.
Yeah, I actually really do that well. I think I have a very like ASMR voice
You
also.
do. Mine is very high pitched. It's too high pitched for ASMR. It's probably ASMR for
Oh
like dogs or
no!
something.
First of all, yours is not high pitched at all. I think
It's
yours is a. I This is my perception of you,
oh
so you can't discount it.
oh.
You deny your own reality. Don't deny mine.
Don't deny it.
No, I think you have a very. I'm not baritone, but it's close. Like it's not high pitched. I think you have.
बैरिटोन तो हाँ नहीं
Array,
है
but
मेरा अच्छा.
on a scale of high pitch to baritone, you are more on the side of like mid. You're somewhere mid, not towards high.
Hmm.
Someone has recently told me
Hmm.
that I have a voice like a chipmunk, and I denied that
It's
till
not a
I heard Eleanor the chipmunk from Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I think I do sound a little bit. And you know what? I have listened to that video,
hmm.
and I'm like, I don't sound like.
No, but girl, as someone who had to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks on TV for like a
Yeah.
good 1 year because on
Why?
Comedy Now that
That is true.
movie comes like very frequently,
Yeah.
and at ISB I would just switch on the TV and not connect it to the laptop or anything. So for
Yeah.
white noise, I would just play Comedy Now, and then
Romedy now is still existing?
yes,
It was the best. Is it still the best?
no, but like they have like the same movies playing on repeat, right?
But it is still the best.
Sure, okay.
Compared to like Alvin and the Chipmunks, very honestly, is not a bad movie.
It's not, but when you watch it like 25 times in a month, then you're just like, come on, Chipmunks, get a
Okay,
grip.
that's fair.
So, as someone who's listened to it a lot, you don't sound like a chipmunk.
Thank
You're
you.
just anchoring on that one piece of criticism that you've gotten.
Yeah,
And it's not
the
even criticism.
the person who gave me that criticism in your face, you know who you are. Um,
What in their face?
I don't know. I don't know what has gone to their faces, but
Arey.
yes. So this brings us to the larger theme of who we
Hmm.
are as people, which we have already explored a little bit.
Yeah.
For those of you who have seen our previous video, and those of you who haven't, please do.
Hmm.
I think why we wanted to talk about a little bit today is um, what makes us be the people we are.
Hmm.
And I was thinking a little bit about external stimulus at
Hmm.
that point, because we've spoken a lot about who we are and how we show up at work and what would our character wiki be and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But one of the things we've not explored is what makes us the people we are.
Hmm.
Like I know for a fact our backgrounds make us up the people we are. I
Yeah.
know that the way we've seen our parents be is a little bit of to why we react to things a
A
certain
lot
way.
of bit.
A lot of it.
A lot of.
I also know like the friend circles and experiences I've had has what made me what I am. But at the same time, you and I are people who are historically called anticky. Like we have a lot of antics, we have a lot of like nervous pixie
Shenanigans.
manic energy going on around.
Hmm.
Shenanigans,
Hmm.
love it. So, what makes us be shenanigany? Is it something that is within us,
Hmm.
or is it something that is pushed because of things happening around us?
Hmm.
I'd love to explore that, since a big part of this podcast is also us just being very open and honest and just being shenanigany all the time.
Yes. Should I go first?
Yeah.
I actually, as you were talking about it, I had this sudden realization of why I am so shenanigany. I think it's because when I was, since a very young age, I've been hearing that, अरे ये बच्ची तो इतना बोलती नहीं है,
Oh.
yeah, like everyone's always been telling my mom. There was once this swimming coach who, after like 1 month of training me, has gone and told my mom कि सॉरी मैडम, गूंगे बच्चे को सिखाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what?
he has
That
called
is
me.
really ableist and also sexist at the same time, and against children.
It's
How are
very,
they a teacher?
it's very childrenist. Childrenist is also ageist.
Ageist. No.
No.
But okay.
Okay.
It's many ists.
Yeah.
But also, how is that person a teacher?
I mean, a
They
swimming coach.
probably they don't like children.
I would argue that like all of these physical education coaches are a little toxic anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and in
That's
the
fair.
name of discipline, they are toxic. But anyway, that is the perception that I was a very quiet child, and my mom would have to hear that a lot. And my mom is not a quiet person, so she would always come back to me saying, ki, "Hey, you talk so much in the house, but why do I always have to hear this? That you're so quiet.
Mm.
How come you don't talk in front of other people?" And it irked me
Yeah.
because the truth is that I just don't want to talk in front of other people.
Aww.
And so I think
You were inside a quiet child.
Yeah.
I love it.
like I will always be a quiet child. So then I thought, what is an action that I can do that will stop people from questioning, like that will stop people from seeing and observing that I'm a quiet person
Mm.
on the inside, and shenanigans is one of them. So if I do enough shenanigans superficially, people will just assume that's who I am. Like I'm an extrovert who talks a
That's
lot.
such a good hack in life. Like if you have these bouts of shenanigans,
Yeah.
people will forget the longer pauses in between and just
Yes.
remember. So you make yourself so memorable
So
that they think you're
memorable.
taking up more space than you are.
Yes. And being that person who
Love it.
takes up
I
space
love
and
it.
is just a little annoying about it is fine, because now nobody is questioning the fact that I am quiet,
Mm.
and nobody is asking ki, why you not talking enough, why you not engaging enough.
Okay. Aw, thank you for sharing your trauma with me.
Oh shit.
It's so sweet of you for to trust me and all of us with this.
I'm
No,
very
but
trusting like that.
you're really not.
I'm not trusting
Please
at
don't
all.
try.
There is no
There is no
trustworthiness.
trust. Okay, but that explains so much. But it's
Yeah.
a beautiful hack, and as a child, if you were able to think of it,
Yeah.
it's really sad you had to. But I'm glad you did, because it got you out of a lot of like difficult spots in life to have
Yeah.
to answer weird things.
No, and I think that's also why like a lot of people initially, when they get to know me, like the middle phase of getting
Yeah.
to know me, they'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, she's so like, there's something weird about her, and she's weird, and there's like
So
some
first,
energy is there.
I love it. First, you were weird because you were the weird silent kid, like the orphan.
Yeah.
And then you were weird because you're the weird kid who's saying like weird stuff.
Weird stuff, and
So you
just
never
like
lost the weird tag.
it's going to be consistent. And then once they really, really get to know me, they're like, shit, ये तो ऐसे ही है, बस एक
Yeah, I
like
have
a loaf
realized.
of bread. This person is just silent.
As a person who now would like to say that I think I know you more,
Yes, that's true.
I don't think you're a loaf of bread. Maybe like if you had to be, maybe like a sourdough, some character,
Some character,
fermentation,
some
definition-
sourness,
sourness to
some
your
sourness,
personality.
some fermentation.
Or maybe like a really crisp focaccia with like
I
toppings.
like that. Very oily. Like my skin.
No, your skin. Can I just say, I don't think your skin is oily. I think you just put so much moisturizer all the
I
time.
put a lot of sunscreen.
That is
And then I
true.
go out and I say, hey, I'm ready. But
You
there's
don't
like
even go
layers
into the
of
sun.
sun.
I'll add a little bit about why I am the way I am an antique. I feel as a kid, my mom tells me actually, I have no memory of being a kid, but my
She
mom,
has no memory of being an adult also. by the
I
way.
actually only,
Call back to what I mentioned before.
I have memory, what is it called? Like
Short term
fugues.
memory loss. Oh, sorry.
Memory fugue state. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't remember a lot of stuff before like a certain age. So my mom's told me that I'm actually a person who um, I'm a person who actually was very imaginative, very talkative, but also really kind. I don't know where I lost all of it together. Somewhere in the Alice in Wonderland bleep hole it fell.
Wow.
But at the same time, school was a place where it wasn't supported for you to be loud, etc. All of that if you were not great at studies, and I wasn't
And not as a
necessarily.
woman, not
Yeah,
as a female
not as a
person.
female,
Yeah.
it was just in general.
Yeah.
And I really shut myself down, plus like the friend circles that I had in school over time, it really added a lot to my character and definition, which means that it was really bad at different points in time for different reasons. I was a very lonely child in school, so I
Hmm.
kept shutting down more and more, and I used to have more conversations with myself.
Hmm.
And now the thing is, when you leave an imaginative kid to talk to herself,
Hmm.
she goes a little cuckoo in her head.
Yes.
Eventually that's bound to come out at some point. So I went a little cuckoo in my head. And then when I came into like junior college, so that's 11th and 12th for our non Bombay people, when I came into junior college, I realized that I like being social, and then I pushed myself to be social again, and I started building a space, and I tried being more of myself. And the craziness that was in my head, I let it come out a little bit, and I realized people still accept me.
That's true.
Um, and if they don't, it was easy for me to cut them off in my life. So eventually, over time, I came to a place where I realized I am anti-key, shenanigans, and now it shows up. But because it was repressed for so many years, and because I have so much trauma of being shenanigans and people calling me out on it as being the bad kid in classroom or being like the disruptive kid in class.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yes.
yeah.
But
And for
continue.
no reason, right?
Yes.
So because of that, I feel like now I am in my rebel phase where I'm more shenanigans because I'm like, before, because you will judge me for being shenanigans, I'll be extra. And then the more extra I am and the more people accept me, I'm like, these people can be in my circle. And then the ones who don't accept me with my extraness, I'm like, thank you, bye.
I
um,
agree. And I love what you said. I want to plus one to what you said about
because I
being
say
a.
beautiful things.
Arey, let's move on from that quickly and plus one to what you said about being a lonely kid
Yeah.
and that translating because I also resonate with that. I feel like I was a fairly lonely kid growing up. In that I didn't feel
I'm
like
dancing to it a bit, sorry.
Arey, you have said the same thing now. What you're tapping my shoulder for?
You didn't tap my shoulder.
I'm not a shoulder tapper,
I
sorry.
am a shoulder tapper, I'm a hitter, I'm a pusher.
She is a violent person.
Okay.
No, but I agree that when there's a
Lonely
lot of
child.
loneliness and people don't often relate with your thoughts, and you also feel like your parents have given you this upbringing that's making you more empowered than other people your age, then what do you do with all of those empowered thoughts?
That's also true. Like, there's no outlet. Though
Yeah,
did have a sister, so I did used to talk to her about it. But
she
it's
still has a sister. Sister is existing
sister.
right
No,
now.
I mean, even at that age, I had a sister. Even now, I have a sister.
Say sorry.
No, no. So it's not like I didn't have an outlet per se,
Hmm.
but I don't think it's the same because even my sister was finding herself at that age.
Yeah.
We were all children,
Yeah.
so it was very difficult to have someone else give you that space because they're also not ready yet to give
Yeah,
you that
they're
space.
figuring out perhaps
Yeah.
the same things as you are, and they also don't have anyone to rely on.
So in short, we are very anti shenanigans people because of like different years of different types of traumas.
And we've always wanted a platform for
Yeah.
our shenanigans.
Yeah. And a place where you have to listen to us, which is why we do podcast and not like
Yeah.
any other format. Because here we can say everything
Hmm.
and then you can choose to listen, not listen. We
Yeah.
really don't care. We just want it out there.
Yeah.
And that brings me to a little bit of the next part and a little
But
bit merging.
before
But
that,
no, okay.
I had another thing to add. What makes a podcast even more comfortable than, say, having a live audience is because I'm not getting to see real time judgment.
Yes.
So I am a
Yeah,
shenanigan person, but I'm also an
I
anxious
like it.
person. And so if I see people responding or reacting to me in a certain manner, because I'm also a performative person, I will really catch on to it
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
anchor that in my head and then start changing my behavior. But here, I am performing for an audience, but that is later on. That is not right now. I don't sit like a saint and all like this. I
I
don't.
have very Indian
Don't
uncle
be like
energy.
landlord waiting for small farm. So then, would you say you're a performative person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very
We were
performative.
actually just talking about that, and you realizing that you're a performative
Yeah.
person, and me saying I've always been one.
It's a very recent realization for
Huh.
me. So one of the reasons we realized it is because we have shot at home multiple times. You don't know the amount of effort that's
Oh
gone into
God.
it, and we are now shooting in like a cafe, etc. And we realize that at home there is a certain rigidity, formality, stress, and like self moderation that comes into place for some reason. But when we are recording in like a cafe or an outside space and there are people around us, somehow we are a lot more free.
Something clicks, and we're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
these are the thoughts, these are the
Yeah.
jokes, and
And
my
it's
voice
flowing
is also
better.
perfect.
Yeah. And we look amazing, and
Yeah.
suddenly we love everything around
And
us.
you don't have to worry about lighting and
Yeah.
setup.
So for people who also may want to do podcasts, please like choose outside spaces. These mics are
Yeah.
really, really good and they record everything. So
And they're not that expensive.
yeah. So it might be really cool. So yeah, so I think that's also one of the reasons we realized we are performative. And I realized I'm performative. We realized it together for
Yeah.
the podcast, because if we are performative, we're having people around when we record
Yeah.
actually somehow can ease us,
Hmm.
which may not happen in a space where we are doing it by ourselves and are responsible for a lot. And I think it's also that, just that responsibility of like other people and their perceptions.
Hmm.
When we are doing the setup, we are a lot more responsible for that.
Yeah.
And that is why, oh, genius insights.
Wait for other people to call the inside genius.
Sorry, comment. The oh, genius insights, you
I-
can comment.
At whatever 10 minutes 34 seconds, genius insight by Vidushi. Validate her.
I
No,
love
but I
it.
have another question to ask here, which is that now that we've sort of come to the realization you have, and we're saying that we are performative people, I want to ask you, how do you think, like, do you think being a performative person, like, how do you think it affects your personal relationships?
No, no. Difficult questions you're asking me. This was not prepa. I think I do have a tendency to like overcorrect how I'm showing up in a space
Hmm.
because I'm performative.
Yeah.
So
Like she
when
gets so anxious when she has to make an Uber driver wait for even like 1 minute. I'm
she
like,
knows.
girl, it's fine. He will wait.
Like any space where I feel like I am responsible for people's experience, I will be anally planning that. Like just go crazy and be like, no, 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 it has to be perfect. In the moment, people will think, oh, she's so seamless, she's done it all and
Hmm.
amazing. And they don't know like the amount of
But
stress
they
I
don't
take.
know.
Yeah, they don't
I
know.
know. I know now. We have
We have
someone coming over to the place in a few hours, and there's biryani that's already been made, and she's been hounding me. She said, रायता तो है, रायता रायता भी देना पड़ेगा, रायता, and I'm like, घर जाके बन जाएगा, literally 5 मिनट
no,
लगेगा
it
रायता
didn't just
बनाने
start
में.
with that. I was like, अरे घर में हमने सब सेटअप करके रखा है, उसको रीसेट करना
हाँ,
पड़ेगा. And
घर
then I'm
ठीक
like,
करना पड़ेगा,
and snacks
रायता
तो है ही नहीं,
बनाने.
snacks. And then
अब
I'm
मैं
like,
कबाब बनाऊं.
then I'm like, and beverages.
Beverage आया. Okay, I was like, listen,
Yes, you did.
there's only one Diet Coke in the house. So do we want to get something for this person?
And I was like, we can give the diet coke that
Arey,
is
why
there.
you are selling my Diet Coke for like 2 corn chips? How
No, but
you
okay,
are?
let's get back to the point. The point is that being performative in personal relationships also makes me want to over prepare and curate that experience, because I do have a certain like I do want them to leave with a certain experience now.
So do you think they don't get to see the most real version of you?
Never.
Hmm.
Very few people in my life have actually seen the real version of me.
Hmm.
And the real version of me is very uninhibited, a little bit crazy, cannot regulate her emotions as much. So uh, wait till you see it. No, but like the real
What do
version,
you mean? Wait till you see it.
you
Has
you
what
already
I
seen
have
it?
seen not enough?
No, not yet.
I remember once at, and sorry for digressing, but I remember once at an office, like a big office event, an annual thing that would happen. I have gone to Vidushi, and and the reason I have gone to her is because it's like she's the one who's owning the event. So I want to run everything
No, I was
past her.
co-owning it with a team of
Okay, yeah,
people,
yeah.
and
She
the
okay,
person
okay,
I
yes,
were owning
yes.
it with were amazing
Yes,
people.
yes. But I was working more with Vidushi, so I wanted to like run it by her. Like I didn't want to take an executive decision. So I've gone to her and I've given her like 4 scenarios, and I was like, this is this, and she has just in a very stressed manner looked at me and said, You are coming to me with a lot of problems. Come to me with solutions and not problems. And I have said, okay. And then I have gone back and I have been like,
And
there's
that
something
moment,
wrong with this girl.
that moment made you a better human being forever. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made you
Yes.
better.
Yes, yes. Yes,
Um,
yes.
I remember during those events, my stress would show up in such a way that she would constantly joke and be like, "Hey, listen, during that time, I will just throw food at you and run away."
I would throw food at you and I would tell her, listen, this is a hint. I don't know if you remember this, but if you see anyone around you who you don't like, who's going to make you stress out
Yes.
even more,
Oh yeah, we had a
do you
signal.
remember? It was this, the
This.
cross.
Oh yeah, the cross.
Because that person is like the
Do this.
devil. So I was like, do this and his. Just do.
And then she would get rid of them.
Yeah.
That was the idea. But we didn't have to use that because everyone was really nice. So,
Yeah.
but
It
okay.
never came to that.
Yeah. But okay, anyhow. So, moving on, how does that impact your personal life?
No, it's that only.
Are
That I
you
end up.
performative in your personal relationships?
Yeah, I think it happens because I think the whole performative part, then the hyper aware part, where you're constantly worried about people's reactions towards you, and those reactions can be what's going on in their own personal lives, but you will make it
Yeah.
about yourself,
Yeah.
and you will be like, oh, I must have done something. And then you start curating their experience of you so that they don't get to see the real version of you for a very, very long
Yeah.
time, and that impacts a lot of relationships. That also means that a lot of times the brunt of that is borne by the people who are very, very close to you, because
That's fair.
now you can only show a very real side of yourself to like 2 or 3 people.
And then you show it to
Yeah,
them in bulk.
and you show like the worst parts of yourself, because you can't show the worst
Yeah.
parts of yourself to
To
other
everyone
people.
else.
And they
That's
keep wondering ki,
true.
like, why am I getting to see this part of this person, and they're really nice to other people that they're not that close to.
Very honestly, that's something my parents have said in a more
Yeah.
subtle manner, where they've been like, you talk to your office people so sweetly.
Yeah.
And even my friends are like, oh, you have such a nice way of talking to office people.
Hmm.
But in reality, like when I meet my friends or my family, I'm sometimes really not that nice.
Yeah.
And it's a problem. Like I've discussed it with many people to say that there's also an element that I use so much of the best part of me in different places,
Yeah.
especially work, and like not even work, like just in social spaces outside, that when I go to people where I do which I don't consider as social, I don't have the energy in me anymore to be the best version, and that's not okay.
It's so sad that the people who often get to see the best parts of you are not necessarily the
Yeah.
people who deserve the best parts of
Oh
you.
my god, quotable.
Coachable
Yeah, we'll get you guys a t-shirt about that.
or a camp. And then like
No,
Rimesh.
I think the the t-shirt should just be like, you don't deserve the best part of me. I think that's a beautiful
And then you
t-shirt.
know how after breakups people are like, give me back my t-shirt or my hoodie. You can do the reverse. You can give them this t-shirt. Like,
Ooh, I love it.
it's a breakup gift. Breakup gift.
I love it. Let's do it.
I have many
Okay.
ideas for such things.
And I had a question to ask you.
Ask
I
away.
really want to ask this.
Ask away.
And do Kalesh.
Ask
Kaleshi
Kaleshi
Bua
Bua.
in the house. If you had to do this podcast with anyone but me, who would it be?
I haven't really thought about it. And if I
Why?
had an
I have asked you
answer,
this question 3 times in prep.
I feel like if I had an answer, I would
I know
really,
your answer. Why are you not saying it?
I would really irk the 3 friends that I have.
It's okay. You can irk them a little, because, like, you're not saying that the other people are horrible people. You're simply saying that, hey, I would rather do a podcast with this one person, and tell me the why. Like, it's not without rationale. So tell
I'll
me the
tell
why.
you what I will say. I'll tell you what I will say. You don't tell me what I will
Don't
say.
try and hide your answers.
I'll tell you what I will say. I would never do a podcast with someone that I'm already very, very close to.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
so when we started it, we've gotten closer, na, over. See, making it about themselves, being hyper aware, now performing.
But also, like, you can't say it that way and not think that it won't hurt me.
So I would say that I wouldn't make a podcast with my best friend of many years.
Okay, I will
Yeah,
take that.
I would say that we are very close. I would say I wouldn't do it with someone that is a best friend, because I already know a lot about them. They know a lot about me. How are we going to navigate conversations? Because
Yeah,
we'll
that's
talk in
fair.
a way where things are very internal to us and assume that everyone else will get it, but they won't. Um, and like you mentioned once, like a creep in
Hmm.
some discussion,
Yeah.
you said,
Hmm.
we will explore each other through this. And I was like, no, you pervert, we will not
I
explore each
meant
other. And I know
you're
what you meant.
you're the one putting things in my mouth.
I'm not putting anything in her mouth. And we are not exploring each other. And there is no mouth putting happening here.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
clarify that
I
I have
you are
treated her with respect and dignity, and a platonic respect and dignity.
okay, okay. No, okay. I
Okay.
get what you mean though. If someone already has so much history and experience with you, you may not want to do a podcast with them because it is a struggle
Yeah.
to move past that. Hey, but I already know the story, and how many times can I hear it? To
Yeah.
the fact that hey, there is an audience we are serving now, and they may not know this, and it might be a really cool experience to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So I do get that, and especially as we are not natural performers,
Yeah.
so it's not like both of us naturally know that this is how you like get other people engaged, so it's also a challenge. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, is this
Yeah.
all accurate?
No,
Okay.
this is accurate. And so I would want to do it with someone that I see a potential of friendship with,
Yeah.
where there's a lot of respect,
Yeah.
not just from my end, wherein like I respect their work ethic and I can trust them and I can rely on them, but also I know that they respect me. So I'm not walking into this space feeling insecure about everything, wherein
Hmm.
I'll be like, oh, I'll
Okay.
say something, but if she, like tomorrow, I know if you're saying, ki, hey, Aparna, I don't agree with you, I don't think we should do this,
Hmm.
I won't get insecure and be like, oh my god, she doesn't think I'm smart or something like that, because I know that that respect is there.
Okay, you can think a little bit though, a little bit
I
fear
will
you should
never,
have.
I will never think like that. It's too late now.
Oh no. Can we delete everything I said good about you?
We can delete nothing because there is everything is money maker.
By the way, I constantly keep telling Aparna every time we shoot something new and it's
Yeah.
good, I'm like, let's re-record everything.
I'm like, where is this coming from?
Okay, sorry, but continue. So yes, so the second part of it is the respect and like the questions and insecurity that may come
Yeah.
along with disagreements or like even like different thought processes towards a
Yeah.
professional work thing,
And I
because this is professional to
this is
some extent.
professional, yes. And the third thing is also that with you, I've seen you operate in spaces of many different types, and I've seen you operate with a lot of sensitivity, whilst
Thank
at the
you.
same time being someone who's bringing in like energy and a lot of like fun plus a lot of like information. So there are
Oh.
all of these different things that you're bringing. Another thing that I've noticed is that even if you feel like, so you're constantly trying to learn, so even if you feel like there is something that you've done which you don't necessarily resonate with and you feel bad
Hmm.
about it, I've seen you instantly be like, hey, I want to address this. So you address things quickly.
Yeah, I have forced you to also address a
Yeah,
lot in your life.
that is what I was going to come to, which is that I don't do that. Like I don't address things quickly,
Hmm.
but you do. So that's another helpful thing that is
Yeah.
needed when you're working professionally. You can't
Fair.
keep things bottled up.
Yeah, I've
And
been
then
noticing people voice notes and been like, listen, I've been feeling this way, let's just
yeah,
discuss it.
exactly, which is really helping me also grow as a person. So I think you fit all of the boxes.
Oh, thank you. So okay, so I'm perfect, and you would never want to do a podcast with anyone but me.
Sure, if that's what we're taking away, you take it away, girl.
That makes sense, though. I
Hmm.
think I am quite perfect. And I'm gonna use clips of this and put it together for all future opportunities in my life.
Also take clips of my face where I'm horrified and I'm like, I can't.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no. I will put those clips later.
Now ask me.
Yeah. So what would you do then? Would you do a podcast with someone else? Would you have thought of doing a podcast at all if the conversation was happening with someone else?
Sounds like a leading question since you already seem to know my answer. No, actually, so that was the thing that we were talking about. I don't think if it was anyone but you, I don't think I would have like a podcast with somebody else. I think I would be a podcast where I am like the solo interviewer kind of a person doing a quick monologue.
Hmm.
And then after that, I'm getting in like different types of people every episode and like showing camaraderie with them because as I mentioned, I'm a very performative person. I like to curate that experience, and it's very difficult for me to even think about getting into like a professional like partnership with somebody where I've not seen them operate in a similar manner before. I think you have operated with a lot of maturity, you show up with a lot of problem solving, you're very proactive. I think I feel like our creative styles are not similar, but they're complementary. So considering all of that, I feel really comfortable with this. Plus, with you, I, maybe it's because of how we have worked together before, I feel very comfortable being able to say I can give feedback to you and you won't take it in a hurt manner, and now your feelings will be hurt and you will hide away. Like, I know that won't happen, which I'm very worried of in a professional partnership. And the second part of it for me is, I feel a lot more comfortable being able to say, setting boundaries of what I can do and not do. Because in a place where we are putting ourselves out there publicly, I think it's also important to have that. So with you, I have all of those things, which is why I said, okay, let's take this risk and do it together. Even when we started doing the podcast, though, I was fully ready for it to go to shit and say, actually, our relationship and friendship will blow up
Oh
immediately
no.
because we will both argue and fight or something. Because in my head, I feel like professional partnerships only end in that. Like, I've
Yeah.
only seen the news articles ki अरे दो भाई काम कर रहे थे
एक
अलग
ने
हो गए.
मर्डर कर दिया.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so I've only seen those kinds of things in news, so I thought like that's what it would end up as. Outside of that, I am a very type A person. I like to control the situation and experiences for people,
Hmm.
so which means that I would want to have different kind of people on the show.
Hmm.
But also, if I don't think I was doing it with someone, I don't think I would do a podcast, because I
Hmm.
wouldn't know how to do it, and I think you need thought partnering with somebody to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So all of it brings me together to say things, and there's a red lizard there. Where? It's
Oh,
quite.
it's baby. It's baby
That
lizard.
doesn't matter. It can still go in your ear.
It can
मैं
not go
डिस्कवरी
in my ear
मैं
unless
डिस्कवरी चैनल हिंदी में देखती
it
थी
would have.
बचपन में. उसमें कीटाणु जीवाणु सब बताते थे और वो कान में घुस के अंडे देते हैं. मैंने देखा है.
तुम्हारे तो दिमाग में घुस चुके हैं कीटाणु और जीवाणु. एक
Okay.
कान में कीटाणु और एक कान में जीवाणु तो घुस चुके हैं.
Okay.
No, I agree.
So yeah.
And I agree with being a type A person who has to also a lot of times worry about things, and people will often call you controlling. But
We are.
we
I'm
are,
okay
I
to
know,
accept
yeah,
it
I'm
now.
okay to accept it, because if a man were being type A, they would say he's
Yeah.
really efficient and he's so on top of things. But if a woman is type A, she's controlling and nagging.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly okay being controlling and nagging.
Yeah.
It's who I am. But yeah, I would really say that it helps doing this with someone wherein I don't constantly have to worry about things. Like the other day when you were editing,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, it helps to not be this person who is
Yeah.
the only person who knows how Canva works.
That's fair. Also, I think it also helps because both of us are getting to know more of each other's ticks and
Yeah.
also what we're comfortable with and not. Like, I know now, seeing how you work and operate and how your brain works,
Hmm.
you would go crazy if you had to listen to that same thing 200 times in a row and have to edit it. Which is why, like, I also get like, okay, here's where I can like support more versus I know
What
that.
is a tick of mine that you have noticed?
Oh, so many.
But say like what's the most like jarring one that you that's literally
I
stood out
don't
to you?
think any of your ticks are jarring, and
Yeah.
I will. You know
What
why?
stood out the most though? No,
I
but say why. No, I don't know why. You tell me.
Okay,
then.
the why I don't think any of it is jarring is because I am also a person who has a lot of ticks.
Mm.
So which is why when other people have them, I'm like, anticipate that other people will also have ticks and
Mm.
like other aspects to their personality. And when they don't, that annoys me actually, because I'm like, you can't possibly be this perfect and
Don't
unbothered.
be that way.
Like, I get annoyed when people around me are tapping. Like today when we were watching a play, the lady next to me was constantly like doing this to her nails, and I was just getting so annoyed, and at one point I'm hitting her with my elbow because I was like, maybe that will stop her, and it did for a while. So I would do that again.
Elbow hitting works.
I'm a very physically like this person when
I
I
know,
need
I
like
am
it.
aware that you are a physically violent person. As someone with bruised arms.
Stop it.
There it is. No, but
Okay.
go on.
Huh. So a tick of yours that I didn't know about before was actually the fact that your ADHD functions in such a way that you need like multiple things of like multiple stimuli around you to be able to focus really well. Because before that, I thought you were a person who like ends up hyper focusing. Like, you want to put everything out and only focus on one thing, because that's how you and I have done like Zoom calls and all before. But now I'm realizing actually you work in a very different way. So that's, I don't know if it's a tick, but I know it's a habit. So I think there is that habit of yours that I've noticed, and that was very different to me. You tell me one about me now.
No, I think one thing about you that really surprised me is that I thought you were sort of type A. But then, you know how we were talking.
Is it laissez-faire?
No, but I have a lot more to add to that. So, you know how we were talking about how people are the same in work and how they are the same
Yes,
personally.
yes.
But I would say that you have really compartmentalized where you can be laissez faire and where you
Yes,
can't
yes.
be. Like a lot of people will be the same laid back and complacent personality
Yeah.
everywhere,
And
but
it
you are
shows
not
up in
like
how
that.
successful they are.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Naval Ravikant. Okay. Okay. No, but for you, it's you've compartmentalized that really well. So you figured out where you can afford to be more casual. You let yourself be more casual in those spaces,
Like
and then
not wearing chappal in
like
the
not wearing
house.
chappal or leaving. She has not worn chappal the entire time, and then before going to the bed, 5 seconds before going to the bed, she has worn her chappals and walked to the bed. And I have just looked at her, and I have been like, "What are you wearing the chappals now for? वो मिट्टी तो तुम्हारे पूरे पैर पे है." And then she has looked at me and been like, "Sorry for not letting you
No,
speak."
I was interrupting. Please continue.
Then she has looked at me and been like, "You were noticing this the entire time?" I was like, "That's what I do. That is my type A
No, but because
personality."
I am a performative person, so I performed.
She performed, and as another performative person, I was like, "Girl, your performance is wasted here. It is fully wasted."
Yes. Okay, I really like that. I didn't realize it, but yeah. Oh, that's a very interesting thing to notice. Actually, I've never noticed that about myself. So, because I've always thought that I'm very over planny, but you're right. Like, I do have a tendency to let go in certain parts of life because
So that you can be more controlled in spaces that need you to be more
yeah,
controlled.
like balance my energy out that
Yeah.
way. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, that's a really good place to be in. So, in summary,
Yeah.
I am perfect. You are in awe of my perfection. And because of that, you would do the podcast with no one else but me. I would also do the podcast with many other people, but not with one specific person, if not you. And that's a great summary.
If my silence hasn't said it all, that I don't know what else will.
So, we can end it here now.
Let's end it here, and I will end things for myself here. I will end myself here. Okay.